my tea cakes. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl T here, and of course I always like to start off by saying thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. You just don't know. And to all my new subbies, I thank you so much for getting me over that 500 mark. I really like to say thank you, and thank you. I'm very humbled and grateful. But guys, listen. But before you go any further, guys, go ahead, click that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell so you don't miss out on an upload. And don't forget to tell a friend about a good girlfriend over here on T's Lifestyle. Listen, we like to keep it all real. We talk about all things fragrances, luxury, lifestyle, beauty, fashion, and more. And if that is the type of content that you find value in, go ahead, hook your girl up. So guys, I'm going to be talking about my most complimented fragrances that I wore in the month of July. And yes, I literally almost got chased out in these streets, I'm telling you guys, to ask what I am wearing. And I want to make sure that you guys experience the same thing, so we don't gatekeep over here. We just like to keep it real, guys. So let's start off with fragrance number one. I have none other than Latafus Atheri. I think that's how you pronounce it, Atheri. But anywho, you can see the dent is denting in this fragrance here. I do like the aesthetics of the bottle here. I see the bee that's on here. But however, there's no honey in the fragrance. This fragrance is very nice. I absolutely like it. I looked up one of the notes that's in here, and that's the passion flower. Listen, the bees love flowers. They like the nectar on the flowers. And I think that's why they put the bee on here, and it's also on the packaging, so you know. And it just gives the sense and well-being of bees just roaming through gardens and some lush greenery, just sampling all of the nectar in different types of flowers. So that's the vibe and the zhuzh that I'm going with. So guys, look at that. I love the aesthetics of the bottle. We're gonna go ahead on and give this a spray. I do like the atomizer as well. It's very nice. It has a fruity aspect to it. That passion fruit, it has a little wet, little dewiness to it. This is absolutely gorgeous. I think this is a very beautiful scent, guys. But I'm going to go ahead on and get into the notes. So in the top, there's passion flower, dewdrop. In the mid, we have orchid and jasmine. In the base, there's amberwood and vanilla. And let me tell you, it opens up a little sweet, but not a gourmand sweet. But this is very nice. It's elegant. It's airy. It's absolutely gorgeous. You get that passion flower in there, a little dewiness from that dewdrop. It's gorgeous. You get a little bit of the florals from the orchid that's in here, a little of the jasmine. Dries down to a nice woody vanilla type of fragrance. I absolutely think it's gorgeous. A little resinous in there because of the amberwood. This is very, very nice. I have received tons, and when I say tons of compliments when I wore this particular fragrance, and I get 8+ hours on this fragrance. 8. I just stopped counting at 8. I'm pretty sure the longevity keeps going, surprisingly, for about 45-50 bucks. The longevity is great, and you guys know Latafus hadn't missed yet, so this is nice. Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. So if you hadn't got your nose on Latafus, I think it's pronounced Atheri, go ahead and try this out, guys. This is very gorgeous and beautiful. So guys, fragrance number 2 that I have, it's one of my oldies but goodie. This is Tisiana Cassiopia, Cassiopia. I absolutely love the aesthetics of the bottle. And of course, this is from Tisiana Terenzi's Lunar Collection. Love the white and gold. Anything white and gold gives me luxe vibes. Nice atomizer. Oh, this is very nice. Let me put the heavy cap on here. And this is absolutely heavy. It's making my camera move, guys. This is fresh. It's feminine. It's light. It's airy. I get the passion fruit in here. I get a little citrus in here. This is absolutely, when I say gorgeous, it's gorgeous. It's light, it's elegant. I love this. Had this bottle for at least about 2 or 3 years. Absolutely stunner. Let's go ahead on and get into the notes here. So guys, in the top, there's passion fruit, there's cassias, there's lemon, and there's fern. In the mid, we have tea rose, lily of the valley, and carnation. In the base, there's tonka bean, musk, and sandalwood. Let me tell you, this fragrance here is nice. You pick up on a little bit of the carnation in that lily of the valley in here. This is not a heavy, headache-inducing type of florals that is in this fragrance. Let me tell you, this is nice, elegant. And the dry down, it does dry down to a little powdery, a musky, powdery dry down. That's what I get on my skin, but I'm here for it. This is absolutely gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, look, compliment getting. I got tons of compliments. Tons of compliments. Look, it's already starting to get creamy, powdery, and musky. It doesn't take long for this to actually go through all of the top, the mid, and the base in these notes. It absolutely transitions really, really quick. Nice, elegant fragrance. And don't let the color of the bottle fool you. You're going to get A+ hours. These are extrait de Perfumes from Tisiana Terenzi. Absolutely gorgeous. When I say I received tons of compliments, that's why I only pulled these few bottles out. I received tons and tons of compliments, and I feel this is appropriate for spring, summer, and maybe early fall, because this projects in these type of seasons. But of course, you know, wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it, guys. Anywho, next I have, by Raos Ball de Freak Absolute. This is absolutely very nice. I do like how the new Absolute has changed the cap. You know, the original Ball de Freaks had the shiny, smooth cap on there, but the Absolute version have the kind of the dark, kind of crackled cap on here. But guys, enough with that. Let's go ahead on and give it a spray. Gorgeous. And look, you guys know I love a magnetic cap. I absolutely love a magnetic cap. This is absolutely gorgeous. There's a little sweetness to this, and I think there's praline in here. It's coming a little sweetness from the praline. You get a little citrus at the top as well. I say this fragrance is elegant. It's airy. It has sweet without being gourmand. None of these fragrances here are gourmand leaning fragrances, but it does has a sweet aspect to it. Listen, it is absolutely gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, I mean gorgeous. But let me go ahead on and get into the notes, guys. So in the top, there is blackcurrant, bergamot, and lemon. And in the mid, there's praline, musk, and violet. In the base, we have black amber, cedarwood, and vetiver. The dry down is where the magic happens. Listen, this thing dries down to a ambery, nutty, woody, kind of musky fragrance. It is gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, gorgeous. I wore this to a wedding, and listen, I had everyone, at least about 75% of the guests was asking, what are you wearing? I got 8-9+ hours on this fragrance, and I'm serious. When I actually when I took off my dress, took it to the cleaners like a few days later, I can still smell this on my actual dress, guys. This fragrance is beautiful. When I say beautiful, I am captivated by this fragrance. This is going to be one that I will wear all year round. That's what I will wear all year round. I don't want to say hold for special occasions, but I was dressed up. I might go ahead and pop up a picture up here. Look, I was looking gorgeous. This was on my body, and I was speaking to the people, you guys know, without saying a word. Look, captivating, elegant, very beautiful, long-lasting, outweigh the original, the OG. This lasts a little bit longer, and it projects a little bit better. So this is none other than by Raos Ball de Freak Absolute. I love it. Oh, this is gorgeous. All right, guys, my next fragrance that I have is none other than Clive Christian's 1872 for women. I love the bottle. The green, absolutely gorgeous. And look, the crown on here is giving me luxe already. This is a very nice citrusy banging fragrance here. Gorgeous. You know what, this reminds me of a green citrus old money. Perfect color for the bottle. Just feels like luxe, elegant, old money. There's citrus in here. I think there's a little bit of pineapple. There's a little fruitiness in here. This was the head turner. This is a head turning fragrance. Gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, gorgeous. So guys, let's go ahead on and get into the notes. In the top, there's bergamot, amalfi, lemon, rosemary, tangerine, pineapple, blueberry, fruity banger. Mid notes, we have lily of the valley, violet, osmanthus, freesia, rose, jasmine, and orchid. In the base, there is oak moss, Virginia cedar, musk, sandalwood, guaiac wood, and patchouli. This has a lot of notes in this fragrance, but let me tell you, and this is the women's version, okay? This is for the ladies. This is the women's 1872. They do have the men's 1872, but that was a little bit too masculine for me. But this, I feel that this is unisex. I think a man can actually pull this off. But look, light, citrusy, airy. Get a little bit of the florals that come through in there. And it dries down creamy. There's a little bit of creaminess in here. That patchouli gives it a bold hug in there. This makes this fragrance last a little bit longer. I absolutely love it. It's not an earthy, dirty patchouli. This is created to perfection. It's blended to perfection. All I can say is I think elegance, old money, very beautiful, gorgeous, citrus forward, floral, musky, woody, dry down. That's what I get. And this gave me at least 7 hours on skin. Absolutely gorgeous, compliment getting fragrance. Again, guys, this is Clive Christian's 1872, the women's version. Guys, next, what do I have? Oh yes, I have Jirof's 40 knots, and I had to get the big boy in this one. This is the 100 ml. As you see there, this is 40 knots from Jirof, and you can kind of see the juice moving in there. Let's go ahead and give it a spray. Oh, I smell cedar right off the bat, and I get saltiness. I get salt from this. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is an aquatic, beautiful fragrance. Look, I want to be somewhere on the Mediterranean Sea in my 100-foot yacht. I'm telling you guys, this is an aquatic, luxury, beautiful fragrance that has some depth to it. This is gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, oh yeah, this got me plenty. When I say tons of compliments, I got tons of compliments. Literally, I was at an event. 3 people within the first 30 minutes that I was there. 3 people, excuse me, may I ask you what you're wearing? Of course, Jirof's 40 knots from the JTC. That's the Join the Club edition. This is gorgeous, guys. Look. Man, woman, child, boy, girl, whoever wants to wear this, go ahead and get your hands on Jirof's 40 knots. It's absolutely beautiful. This is if you took the Mediterranean Sea and bottled it up. The color, I absolutely love the color of this. It's giving aquatic luxe in a bottle, and I'm telling you, you're on your 100-foot yacht, wear this. Gonna get you tons of compliments. But I've been ranting and raving about this fragrance. Let me guys show you the notes. So we have here woody notes, cedar, salt, seawater, and green notes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The notes and the bottle, it will transform you onto a yacht in the Mediterranean Sea. And oh, you will get 10 plus hours with this fragrance. Again, guys, this is none other than 40 knots from the house of Jirof. And guys, the last fragrance that I have, look at that. I'm trying not to blind you guys, but this is Mango Oud from the house of Gritty. Look at the bottle. I absolutely love the color. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and give this a spray. Oh, this atomizer opens up wide with a fine mist. Oh, look. This opens up with a fresh mango. There's guava in here. This is a fruity opening fragrance that has some depth in here from the oud. And let me just tell you guys, this is not a blind buy fragrance. I will say I do smell a slight oudy animalic vibe to it, but it does dry down. I do get that in the initial opening, I will say, but however, I'm here for it. I'm not afraid of a little slightly animalic oud. This is absolutely gorgeous. When I say I got compliments, I got tons of compliments. Let's go ahead on and get into the notes, guys. So in the top, there's mango, guava, and neroli. In the mid, we have coconut milk, osmanthus, ylang ylang. In the base, there's oud, amber, and vanilla. This is absolutely rich. It's captivating. The oud in here, I feel it's done right because it gives it a balance from that sweetness from the fruits that is in there and the neroli flower. Yes, the animalic, it does dry down. I will say give it about 10 minutes and the animalic part of that oud does dry down, but I feel that it's blended to perfection. It's needed to kind of help take away from that sweetness at the top. But listen, the mango in here, it's very nice. The oud in here, it's nice. This is a perfect name for this fragrance here. I am telling you, it's done to perfection in my eyes. I absolutely love it. Look, I really like it. I received tons of compliments. When I say tons of compliments on this fragrance, I'm sorry guys, I hope that it's not blinding you guys because there's a lot of gold on there. But look, this is Luxe in a bottle. It's absolutely gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, it's almost like, let's see, Ellis Brooklyn took their Miami Nectar and their Guava Granita and added some oud to this with a little amber and some osmanthus and bottled this up inside of this. It's almost like those two had a baby but some depth in it. And yes, this lasts 10 plus hours. When I say 10 plus hours, I mean 10 plus hours. You can dress this fragrance up, you can dress this down, it doesn't matter. The mango and the oud is doing what it's supposed to. It is projecting, it is very nice, and it is turning heads. If not, causing people to get whiplash and asking, did y'all smell her? What is she wearing? They're talking to the next person whispering, honey, ask her. No, you go ask her. Ask her what she wearing. I'll tell you. Gritty's Mango Oud, and I will say this is a stunner that I will continue to wear for the rest of the summer, and it is a banger. So guys, look, those are the 6 fragrances that I pulled out from my July trade that I have gotten the most compliments on. I say compliment getting fragrance. And don't worry, everything that I talked about in this video will be down in the description bar below with the links where you can actually purchase it. I will try to find links that if someone is having a discount, a sale, or something like that, I will try to link in the most affordable prices for these particular ones. I will say all except for the Byredo Ball, the Freak Absolute, because that is the newest one that is out, and I don't even think that these have hit the discount markets. Now the regular Eau de Parfum